Seriously,
You never know
this
what you
brings me so much joy. Hi there, and welcome to the season 1 finale of the Marthaverse. Thanks for going on this journey with us through the Marthaverse, where we meet fans and friends of Martha Stewart, and we witness the joy that she has spread and the inspiration that she has provided to thousands of people around the world. And we are so thrilled to have been a part of it, and we're thrilled that you were able to join us as well. We're here in the gardens of Jim Klinko in Weston, Connecticut. Jim and Martha have been friends for more than 30 years. And when Jim was able to visit Martha at Turkey Hill and see her gardens in person, he was so inspired, so much so that he took his blank canvas of a backyard in Weston 18 years ago and started filling it in bit by bit with little gardens of his own as an homage to Miss Stewart. So come along with us on this tour and hear some stories about Jim and Martha and the Marthaverse and learn what deadheading is. There you go. While I'm here with Jim, do you have any questions or do you just want to?
Oh my gosh.
I know, so many, right?
Such a beautiful time. I wish I could be there.
Yes. Well, I love you and I miss you.
Love you guys
I'm going to
too.
see you
It's so
soon.
fun to see your face. I said hi.
I will. Bye.
Bye guys.
Jim!
How
I
are
can't
you?
believe it. I'm finally
It's
here.
good to see you.
Great to see you.
Welcome to the river house.
Oh, I love this spot. I've driven by this house before and I peek in every time to see like all the special little trinkets you have, so I can't wait for
I
a
can't
tour.
believe you're here. It's wonderful. So
I'm
good to
so
have
glad
you here.
to have you.
What I was doing, I was just deadheading some of my roses here. It's just been overwhelming a little bit. They sort
What
of
does it
pop.
mean, deadhead?
Deadhead,
We're
what
going
I'm-
to start right at
Okay, what we're going to do here, okay, what I'll do is deadheading just to make it look cleaner. Right here, we're going
Oh.
to snip off all
So
this
it's not the ones
deadhead.
where the petals are falling off, it's the ones that...
Well, you can too, but since I'm too lazy to do it today, I'm just going to show you a couple things here. See, like when they're spent,
I gotcha, okay.
so we want to take those off.
Yep.
This will give the plant more chance to make more roses instead
Perfect.
of just making seeds.
Okay.
That's what it wants to do.
And then you can grind that up and sell it to an unsuspecting...
I'm going to give it to you.
Perfect.
But, so a little bit of history of the house.
Yes.
I've been here 18 years.
Okay.
There was nothing here. It was just a clean canvas. And the reason being because of Martha's gardens that made me absolutely crazy when I first saw them.
Right.
Thinking to myself, can I really do this? Answer is no. It's like, it's impossible.
Right.
But I wanted to bring a little beauty to my yard that I thought would be sort of interesting, sort of
But
like
you
what she
did
had.
do it. Like
Trust me, honey.
when you
It's-
see all
no,
of this.
no, believe me, I'm no Martha Stewart by any means. But I made mistakes, and you learn by making mistakes.
Yeah. That's what my first 2 marriages were.
So I just sort of made different areas of the yard sort of interesting.
Now I saw these, I call them Dr. Seuss plants, but Carrie Lowe from our second episode went to the dinner with Martha, but I saw some of her pictures from that event and it looked like Martha had these.
And the alliums, they're called alliums.
Alliums.
Actually,
okay. So they're not called Dr. Seuss plants?
They're in the onion family.
Really?
Yes, they are. And if you can
Oh.
sort of smell it once in a while when you start cleaning up the leaves in the bottom.
Allium.
You know, in my yard, I'm thinking, I could put another garden here, another garden there.
Yeah.
And my partner thinks I'm out of my mind because he's like, Jim, you have to stop. It's just, you're out of control.
Oh, yeah.
Because I spend all my time, I work 24/7 at my business.
Right.
And at nighttime I come home and here I am, playing with all this stuff
What are you
here.
supposed to do?
So this is a little bit of rose garden that I did 2 years ago.
You never promised me one, and yet here it
There it
is.
is. There you go. How's that?
Does each section have a theme, or does it have, like, do you have a design? When you say I can, like, you could put something else right here.
It's a good question. Yes, and I've had stuff that died when I put it in a certain spot, and I would just try something different. I'm always
Right.
experimenting.
Right.
There's no really rhyme or reason. I try to aesthetically, like my pots are important.
Yes.
So I try to make them look really
That
good.
pot is fabulous.
Those are petunias,
Petunias,
the pink
okay.
ones. Those are lamb's ears, and I got
Okay.
ivy growing down.
Okay.
This is my new gazebo that I just got this year. I was on a house call and they wanted to get rid of it.
Oh.
I said, I'll gladly take it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I had it moved here.
Yes.
And then we did the gardens around it. When you're doing gardens, it's very time consuming.
Right.
You have to, it's good to read Martha's magazines because
Right.
she could tell you what to do the right way instead of what I did the wrong way a lot of things until I still really started listening to her
Right.
and doing the magazines. It taught me a lot about gardening, a lot about how to feed them, how to deadhead them.
Okay.
How to really take care of your gardens because it can be overwhelming. You could have a garden, all of a sudden the next day it's full of weeds and you're like, oh my God, what do I do?
And that's, I do it, to me, it's the same way I start a diet, right? Like I'm so excited, I'm like, this is gonna be the one, and then a week in, I'm like, this is stupid. Right, and I do that with plants, and I'll go to, you know, a nursery and I'll buy a bunch, and I'll be like, I'm gonna be a green thumb, and they're all dead in a week. and because I don't know anything beyond the buying part.
This scale is too big for most people to, you know, they don't want to do all this because it's very time consuming.
Yes.
So just get a pot, also just a nice little pot.
Love it.
And
oh my
just
God.
throw a
those
few
are
things
so
in there
great.
and then watch it grow, fertilize it, and it makes you happy.
Yes.
But we get a lot of different things on the river here. We get egrets, we get the ducks, we get the geese, we get the gray heron.
Oh.
It's so fun to watch them over here because they fish over here. A lot of the raccoons come here. And I used to have a groundhog that I used to feed.
Oh my gosh. You
My-
could just sit here.
My grapevine, beautiful Concord grapes.
Wow. And so you were recently at the dinner party, the garden party in Westport with Martha.
Turkey Hill,
Yeah, on Turkey
yes.
Hill. And some of that same stuff is there.
It's all still there. They're maintaining it. The integrity is still there. I mean, they're really keeping it the way that Martha had it. But they also added some stuff too,
Right.
To the garden to make it even better.
And
it's really beautiful.
Did that inspire you to start this?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the first time I went over to Martha's house,
Yeah.
and I saw the gardens, I was stunned.
Yeah.
I've just never seen anything like it in my life. I
Yeah.
mean, the colors and the roses and everything was just so beautiful.
I picture it like a colorful song over the course of the season, right? That different things are kind of popping up at different times. And, yeah.
Exactly.
And now, have you ever had a chance to show her what you've done?
Martha's been here many times.
Really?
It's interesting. When I bought this property, I didn't know that her sister lived across the river,
Oh,
who actually turned out to be my best friend.
right. I remember you saying
Laurel
that.
Plimpton. Unfortunately, she passed away. I think almost 8 years ago now.
Okay.
But we were best of buddies. and
Right.
She was just my best friend.
Oh.
I miss her every
so
single day. I
that-
think about her. You know.
It's great that you had her in your life. All right. So when Martha was here, what was she drawn to?
I think she just liked everything. She liked the river. She liked the property. And Martha likes them. Martha, she's a teacher, and,
Yeah.
she loves her students.
Yes.
You know, she loves to hear about what you have done. You know, let me see what you have done. You can send her photos and stuff, and she loves all that kind of
Yes.
stuff. You know, she knows I'm a hard worker.
It's
We have a lot in common. She comes from 6,
Right.
and I'm 6. There's 6. We have 3 boys, 3 girls.
Where did you
same
grow up?
as her, Fairfield.
Okay. Oh, this is just gorgeous. And there are all these little conversation areas. Do you have parties a lot?
We do have a lot of
Yeah.
parties. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. People love coming here. We just hang out. More of my troughs, these old antique troughs, the old antique,
How long have you been antiquing?
since I was 9.
Okay.
A long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah. What's your favorite find? What's the coolest, like, you
think the-
probably can't pick one, but
It would be the statue Martha gave me, the fountain. That's probably my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that on her property,
yeah.
and I was like, I like that.
Yeah.
We actually filmed the conversation around it, which didn't get on TV.
Right.
But she goes, I want you to have it. I was like, wow, that was pretty cool because everyone wanted that.
Yeah.
It was a very special, and she could have made a lot of money on it too. So it was a special gift.
Yes.
And I just love it. I think it's awesome.
I heard a rumor that the print magazines might be coming back.
That I haven't heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Because like you said, I'm sure I could find a lot of the old articles online, but it's not the same as
The magazine is wonderful,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. And that probably dates me, but there's just something about the glossy and the pictures and it is very satisfying.
It's nice. It's a fantasy. You open that up, it's
Yes.
like, oh my God, can I really do this?
Yes.
You know.
That is what Martha has done for people. Is she's said, this is something incredible, and you can totally do it.
Absolutely. Whether or not it's this or if it's just this.
Right.
In your yard. That's all.
If I
That's it.
pulled that off ever in my life, it would be every picture on my Instagram. I'd be like, have I shown you my potted trough today?
Did you see the Sports Illustrated magazine?
Did I? People were sending it to me, gobsmacked. Like, can you believe this?
I was able to have her sign the magazine. I was like, wow, because you couldn't get it anywhere.
No.
As a matter of fact, the girl that was at Carrie
Yes.
gave me a magazine because she had 5 of them.
Yes. I would imagine there are things that become tiresome if you're a celebrity, right? Just hearing, oh, you remind me of my mother. Oh, I'm just such a big fan or whatever. But every once in a while, I think she meets someone that's like, wow, this is...
I did my job.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I used to be a teacher, so, even if my kids come back and they're still the knuckleheads they were in 5th grade, I'm just excited to hear from them.
So you were a teacher and,
I was a teacher
and a real estate agent?
Yeah. So I was a teacher back when Bedford Middle School was on the river.
Wow.
And yeah, I taught middle school, and I loved it.
I went to college air traffic controller. Look where I'm doing. I'm selling used furniture, but I love it. I love it.
If you think gardening is stressful, I think air traffic control is the number one. Yeah.
But anyway, I used to fly planes.
Did you?
Cessna 150s 100 years ago.
Very cool.
I was with the Wright brothers. It was great. You know. These are more hydrangeas.
This almost looks like a serpent.
These are antique. These are from the 1800s.
Wow.
Look at my little eagle hiding in here.
Oh!
I think it's so damn cool.
It is so cool.
Martha gave me one of these trees over here. It's a chestnut with the V.
Oh, yep.
She gave me that one there. She had all these trees. I'm like, oh, what can I have? Because I'm always asking for something. She goes, yeah. So she gave me a couple of them.
And this is the statue?
This is the famous
oh my gosh.
Martha Stewart statue from the Great American Tag Sale.
I love seeing it in person.
It's so
With
heavy.
the little turtle.
I don't think it's in the right spot here, but it was just
I would
so
have it
heavy.
on a pedestal in front of my house with lights and be like, Martha Stewart gave me this.
I'm afraid
It'd be a
somebody's-
little tacky.
I'm afraid somebody would steal it.
That's true.
So I have to be careful. I'm going to probably move it in the back area somewhere. I just haven't had time to think about it. The gardens evolve all different times, you know.
Right.
You'll come back in like the summertime and you got these hibiscus.
Yeah.
And just different things that I planted by seed.
And this is something you picked up in the last 18 years, like all of this knowledge about the plant. You did.
Trial and error.
Gotcha.
And then just going
gives
to
me
Martha's
hope.
house and just sort of looking, wow.
Right.
You know, what is she? And I always try to copy what she has, or similar anyway. And I seen her out there at Turkey Hill back in the days. I mean, she was doing with the hoses, pulling the hoses out, watering. I mean, she did the physical work.
Right.
You know, I mean, she just keeps going.
Unreal.
She said one time many years ago was that if you're not out there, you're not going to be remembered. So she keeps it going. She just keeps it going, and she's at the top of her game.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just.
Can you
everywhere.
imagine getting to 81 and having someone be like, top of your game?
Oh my God, 81, I'll probably be in a damn wheelchair. I hope not, but
I think,
you know,
there are days where I'm like 52, that's it. I'm at the top of my game, this is as high as it gets.
She's got this great gardener, Ryan, who has been on her show.
Okay,
I think they're doing
she
other
has
shows
a couple
as well.
things going now on Roku.
He really is quite knowledgeable about all the plants. We do share the same birthday, February 26th, so that's sort of interesting.
Very cool.
It was actually in her magazine one year. But I mean, he really keeps it together and he just does a beautiful job, and he really knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I might come down here and just take pictures for my Instagram and
Please.
pretend it's mine.
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime.
Good.
This time I'm going to do a little
I'm
work
glad
on
I'm
here.
fully establishing myself as a stalker.
I love it. I love stalking. It's awesome. That's why I stalked Martha. I started the world's longest stalker for Martha Stewart. 33
I love
years.
the fact that she came in and you said, "What took you so long?"
And that's true. That's a true statement too.
That is just.
That's just how I was like. I want to get to know you.
Yes.
I want to be your friend.
Oh
and
my gosh.
She gave me her phone number, and that was the end of it. I mean, she's been so gracious to me. I can't tell you how thankful I am to be at least a little part of her life.
Right.
When she invites me over, and
But
I get to see a little bit of it. You know.
She is exposed to thousands and thousands of people.
Oh.
There's something in you that she finds.
I think she knows
magnetic.
I'm a hard worker. She likes people that have worked hard, and I think that's why we got such a great relationship, because she knows that I work very hard.
Yeah.
She knows I like to garden, you know, and she deeply knows that I like working with people. So, you know.
I like to nap, and I interrupt people. So those are two main reasons that I'm not looking to meet Miss Stewart in person.
Yeah,
anytime
we'll have to work
soon.
on that. We'll have to teach you that. Napping, she would not be happy with. She's up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Trust me.
I'm sure.
If I'm texting her, if I'm up at 6, that's when I text. After that, forget it, because she's just on the go.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Her podcasts, TV, or whatever the hell she's doing, magazine covers or whatever.
Whatever an 81-year-old does all day, every day. I know, it's mind-blowing.
No napping.
No napping.
That
okay.
we have to change.
Okay.
Because she would not like that.
I know. I know. I'll Google how to not nap. Well, that's it. Season 1 of the Marthaverse is a wrap. And we're so glad you were able to be on the journey with us. We're so grateful to have had this opportunity to get to know Martha Stewart fans, Martha Stewart super fans, and to hear more stories about things that people love and bring them joy. And we hope this is one of them for you. Have a great, great summer. That's a peony, right?
No, dear.
No, okay.
But that's a nice try.
Okay.
That's a rose.
Okay. All right. Doesn't he look like a lion?
Come on, Cooch.
Hi, Cooch.
What are you doing, Coochie? They tend to have this, it's called clematis wilt, which makes me nuts.
Right.
And there's nothing you really do There's nothing you can put on it to save it.
No clematis Viagra.
So what I tried to know, I'm not a Ryan or a Martha Stewart.
No,
but
you are to me though.
like
If
to- I
we're
like-
working on tears,
I'd like to give a little joke.
I had to ask what deadheading was. Just so we all have to start somewhere.
That's it.